happy to be here with my brothers on Blog, ready to get to it, and I'm so excited about this show. You pay yourself a professional athlete, and you get paid to catch the ball and can't. Like, that just makes no sense to me.
Biggest takeaway is that if you are a West Coast team, take your behind to the East Coast 2 days beforehand so you can at least get 1 day acclimated to the time difference.
The effort they put up against the Warriors, lethargic, pitiful. We won't give too many more words to it, so we're going to move on.
And here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, the Big Game Christian Sports Network proudly presents Donnie Epting, Dwayne Sutton, and Willie Epting. And they are in the zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we welcome you to this edition of the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. Our first segment of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by Drain and Plumbing Services. When plumbing issues arise, don't just call a plumber, call the master plumber. Call Mr. Ken Richardson at 214-317-7881. Call him up today for a quick estimate. My name is Donnie Epting, the captain of the In the Zone Sports team. Once again, we welcome you to this edition of the In the Zone Sports Show. As always, the brothers are with me, and let's go ahead and introduce those fellas. First up, out of Fate, Texas, Willie Epting Jr. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, my brothers, Dwayne, Donnie, people out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing this evening and today and tonight?
Good and good. And good.
Hello, sir. How do you do?
This guy, Dwayne Sutton, coming out of Slidell, Louisiana. How you doing, sir?
Hello, world. Hello, my brothers. The Woast is here. Black Lives Matter.
That's an interesting segue, Dwayne, because as we get started with this week's episode, it's unfortunate to talk about what the first topic is, but hey, this is our platform. We're on a Christian sports network. Yes, this isn't a sports topic, but the three of us, we are all black men, and a couple of things that have taken place this week, very disturbing to our race, to our gender, and just to equality and humanity of all kind. We first start off with a shooting death in an officer-involved incident in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Mr. Alton Sterling was shot to death by a police officer of the Baton Rouge Police Department. 37-year-old Alton Sterling is dead following that shooting outside of a convenience store down in Baton Rouge. The store owner has come out publicly and said Alton Sterling was his friend. He was a good guy and is against everything that is taking place. We're going to give you kind of the broad details there. I'm going to step back for just a second. I'm going to let the guys get their 2 cents in and their thoughts in. We're going to start with Dwayne Sutton. Dwayne lives in Slidell, Louisiana, which is about an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, give or take a few minutes from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And so we'll give him the first thoughts on it. We'll go to Willie, and we'll come back to me here. Dwayne, I know this is a situation that's been eating at you. And, hey, these are our microphones, and this is our platform. Let us hear it, man.
I watched the footage, and immediately questions popped up, followed by anger, hurt. I could not believe what I was witnessing. It was a matter of minutes. A man was working. A man was hustling. You know, that's what we call it. Because that's some side work. He sells CDs. You know, what John Singles to say. CDs, DVDs, Masterpiece, Charlie Angels, you know.
Right.
Hustle man, that's what we all refer to that guy as. And his life is gone. I'm pretty sure when he woke up that morning, he didn't think that this was the last time I would see my family I'm out here just trying to get some extra money. I'm out here just trying to make it, trying to take care of my family. But I watched the officers approach. They didn't ask any questions. They made assumptions. Apparently, a homeless guy called in and said somebody was brandishing a gun. When the officers pulled up, his hands was in the air. He told the police he had a gun on him. No questions were asked about a license. I mean, because it is legal to carry a concealed weapon as long as you are, properly licensed for it. And they took him down, tackling him as if he made an attempt to make a move at them. Somebody yells, he's got a gun, as if he didn't just tell them that. Officer jumps scary, and bullets start to fly. How in the world did we all just witness in the public an execution? 6 shots. That is a black man. That is a grown man. That is a human being, not an animal. Not some prey. And then you hear people come out and defend the officers. It's biased. Those, that blurry footage. You all witnessed the same thing we saw. It was an execution, murder. But I think the part that really makes me even more mad is when things like this happen, nothing happens to the murderers. I'm gonna pause right there and let y'all handle that, though.
All right, let's pass the baton over to Willie Epting Jr. Bless the mic, man.
Last night, as I was getting ready to turn in for the day, I just laid in my bed, and my wife and I, we normally talk, have a little prayer. And last night was especially hard, and I even had to ask the Lord, what do you do when you don't feel like praying? You just hurt so bad. What do you do when you do not feel like praying? Now, people, I don't want y'all to get this misunderstood. I didn't say, what do you do when you don't want to pray? I'm not saying that I don't want to pray or that people don't want to pray. But what do you do when you are so hurt and you do not feel like praying? And the Lord immediately spoke to my spirit with 2 scriptures. One, I'm just going to paraphrase the scriptures for the sake of time here. But one scripture is in 2 Chronicles where he says, if the people will turn from their sins and acknowledge me, I will hear their prayers from heaven and I will heal their land. And the second one that came to me was, my grace is sufficient for you. And even speaking now, one is coming to me where he says in James, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. And that is so fitting because we as a world we're very weak as a world right now because of everything that's going on. And this incident in Baton Rouge, I have said it many times, Baton Rouge is my favorite city in the whole world. I don't know why, it just is. And to hear and see the video of this unspeakable act, I hear people saying you don't want to pass the judgment yet. You don't know all of the evidence. You don't know all of the facts. What I do know is that a man is gone. And the store owner who said this man was a friend of his never saw him get violent, never saw him get mean with anybody, was a very friendly guy. So, there's a disconnect somewhere. And until we find out what it is in the spirit, I hate to say it, but we can see more of these things happening. My heart goes out to the entire city of Baton Rouge, my home state of Louisiana. as it said in Second Chronicles, we need to turn away from our evil ways and allow God to heal this land. Donnie, I'm gonna pass it over to you, man.
All right. Reason I kind of wanted to round it off. I lived in Baton Rouge for 5 years. I graduated from Southern University and A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. As a young black man, I have been pulled over by the police in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, more than once. I'm sad. Baton Rouge is my second home. Alton Sterling was a year and some odd months older than me. Just a year and some odd months older than me. He had a full life to live. Was he an angel? No. Did he have his past transgressions here on earth? Yes. Did a police officer have the right to end his life when the man was just doing what he does on a normal basis, and the store owner has vouched for that? Did he deserve to lose his life? No. Let's call these two cops' names out. Blaine Salamone, Howie Lake II. Salamone is a 4-year veteran of the Baton Rouge Police Force. Howie Lake is a 3-year veteran of the Baton Rouge Police Department. In the past, they both have been questioned or have been involved in questionable incidents regarding the use of force. This hurts. This hurts. I can't believe that. And even in our home city, Willie, Monroe, Louisiana, there have been a lot of incidents to take place there over the last couple of weeks involving killings, but this in Baton Rouge, it's unspeakable. It's unfathomable to think that at any point, like I said, I lived in Baton Rouge for 5 years. I've been stopped by the police. It could have been me. It could be my son if the good Lord blesses me with one. It can be a nephew. It can be a neighbor. It can be a friend. This world that we're living in, I don't even recognize it anymore. He had a gun. Okay. Two of those cops had that man pinned to the ground, using all kind of force to keep him on the ground. And as the store owner's video showed, the cops pulled Sterling's gun out of his pocket after they shot and killed him. Or after they shot him. He did later pass on, of course. Just want to read a statement here from the President of the United States, Barack Obama. To admit we've got a serious problem in no way contradicts our respect and appreciation for the vast majority of police officers who put their lives on the line to protect us every single day. It is to say that, as a nation, we can and must do better to institute the best practices that reduce the appearance or reality of racial bias in law enforcement. I posted on my Facebook page Wednesday night. The people who are supposed to serve and protect us, it is a shame that we have to fear them. Our thoughts and condolences and prayers go to Alton Sterling's family. Everyone that Mr. Sterling had a tie to. And to my second city, the city where I graduated from college, earned my degree, and have been stopped by the police more than once. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, our prayers are out to everyone there. It's a shame that, on a sports show, this is what we're talking about. But again, we're three black men with a platform. It's the Christian Sports Network. And this is what we do. And this is what we're going to do. And this world, this country, it all has to get better. Guys, we are nearing the end of the first segment. As shameful as it is, we actually have another officer-involved shooting to talk about. This one out of Minnesota. We're going to come back after our break and discuss that. And we'll get into some sports as well here on the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. We'll be back after this.
Because Wendy switched to Geico and saved hundreds of dollars on car insurance, her vacation savings jar wants to pat her on the back. But it can't. It's a vacation savings jar. It doesn't have a palm to pat with. Even if it tried, it'd just spill change everywhere and make a mess. Switch to Geico, and every time you see the extra cash, you'll know your vacation savings jar wants to pat you on the back. But remember, it can't. It's a jar. It is, however, happy that you're saving money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
All right, good people, we welcome you back here to the In the Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. We want to remind you to keep listening for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Dallas Charge in action. Just listen for the Dallas Charge sounder and be caller number 5 at 817-984-9513. Your chance to win is coming up soon. All right, we continue here with the second segment here of the In the Zone Sports Show. I'm Donnie. We've got Willie. We've got Dwayne. Fellas, say hello to the people for us. Okay. Okay. I mean,
hello.
They may have been waving, you know. We're going to get back. We're going to get into the world of sports here in just a few moments. But again, we are discussing, we had 2 shooting deaths involving police officers this week. Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And now we're going to move on and talk about Philando Castille, who was shot in suburban St. Paul, Minnesota, the Twin Cities. And this one was also caught on camera. And the victim's girlfriend actually posted video on Facebook with this incident up in Minnesota. There was a child in the back seat. This is tough, y'all. This is tough to even talk about this stuff. But we're going to give it the old college try and do it. This time we're going to lead off with Willie Epting Jr. Let's get your thoughts in on Philando Castille. Gone at the age of, if I'm not mistaken, 32.
Yeah, Donnie, I appreciate that, man. And you're right. This is especially tough. You know, we are a sports show on a Christian network, but it seems as though we've been talking about nothing but tragedies for the last 8 or 9 weeks. And this one here, no less, is any less painful than the others that we've talked about. Or even, you know, the fact that it could be so much worse than it is, but we all know that it can be so much better. I want to read something that I wrote today. Here's more evidence of how this world is becoming into a shambles, or has come into a shambles. As men and fathers of boys, the quote talk we have with our sons has gone from being about the birds and the bees and being fruitful and multiplying to how to handle yourself when dealing with the police. This is a huge, huge spiritual distraction. And it just so happens that at my church, Antioch Christian Church, Pastor Norris McGill, Dr. McGill, is in the process of teaching about restoration of men. And all of these things are happening because men have been broken for whatever reason or another. And the only way that the man can be restored is by the one that created him. That means we have to turn back to God. Same thing I mentioned in the first segment about 2 Chronicles. I believe it's 2nd Chronicles. This individual worked at an elementary school, and he memorized the names of 500 children that he served every day, along with their food allergies. And this is the type of person that you're taking out, police officer, because they had a broken tail light, of which he told you that he had a gun on his person and was licensed to carry, and you tell him to put his hands up, but then you tell him to get his ID and registration, and then you let loose, at a minimum of 4 rounds into him with his fiance and a baby in the back seat? The governor of Minnesota has come out and said, if Mr. Castille was white, he would not be dead. That's all I got to say about it. Dwayne, you can have the baton, sir.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Sounds to me like these police officers need to kind of get off of TV, off the internet, watching all these little fictitious movies, fake characters they've been seeing of people, how they portray black men. Get you some pure feelings in your life. Something positive or something, because you're scaring yourself. If your reason to pull a gun and pull the trigger on a gun is because I'm black, you're in the wrong profession. Actually, that makes you more dangerous to me when you're afraid of me. You're the one with the weapon. Now, this man had a weapon. This man made it known he had a weapon. They told him, put your hands in the air, but the officer also asked for registration, license and registration. And as he reached for it, he was gunned down. And even as the lady was recording, which God bless her, a brave soul, but even as she was recording, you could hear the anguish and fear in the officer's voice. He knew he messed up, but he was scared. And he knew he didn't have a reason to be. He messed up. See, I was going to make the mistake of calling us black men an endangered species, but you know why I can't say that? Because when you kill an endangered species, you will go to jail for it. We're not even that. I heard more fuss about a gorilla being taken down. They didn't have to kill him. They used excessive force. All this fuss was made about a gorilla being taken down. But we get gunned down on camera, and I don't see enough footage. I need to see more evidence. That doesn't make sense. There's got to be more to it. That's why we say Black Lives Matter. You have more care for animals, for these gorillas, than you do an actual human being, because we have different skin. Understand, we are all people of God. We are all his people. He created all of us equally. But for some reason, some people have made it up in their minds, because their skin color is white, that they're on a higher chain. They're on a higher plateau, looking down at the rest of us. We're going to leave that judgment up to the good Lord. But all I know is I heard that baby crying. I heard that baby yelling and telling her mother, I'm with you. I'm right here, mommy. I'm with you. That child shouldn't have had to deal with that. None of this should have escalated to this point. I'm beyond hurt now. I'm angry. May God help us.
Indeed. Willie, you started to, you gave some of the statement from the governor of Minnesota. Man. Yeah. And this incident happened in Falcon Heights, Minnesota, as we mentioned, a suburb of St. Paul. Mark Dayton, Democratic governor of Minnesota, said nobody should be shot and killed in Minnesota for a taillight being out of function. Would this have happened if those passengers would have been white? I don't think it would have. The highest government official in that state has confirmed what the three of us have been saying in these first two segments. it's not right. And there's no other way to say it. Dwayne, you said endangered species. Man, that's exactly what I was thinking. Almost extinct. But I'm going to say we can't say that because of a different reason. Because there are many other strong black men, like the three of us, who are still out here, and we're still going to carry the banner for our fallen brothers. But this is enough. And it's got to get better. We can't keep hashtagging justice for Trayvon. Hashtag Alton Sterling. Justice for Alton. Justice for Philando. I mean, at some point, this has got to change.
I don't want to become a hashtag.
No one does. Especially not for that reason.
No.
Especially not for that reason. I do want to backtrack here just a little bit. I kind of want to read a few athletes' thoughts regarding the killing of Mr. Sterling down in Baton Rouge. And some of these hit home, and they're very powerful. Colin Kaepernick, San Francisco 49ers quarterback, tweeted. And this is actually through his Instagram, I should say. This is what lynchings looked like in 2016. Another murder in the streets because of the color of a man's skin at the hands of people who they say will protect us. And I think all of us have kind of touched on that point. When will they be held accountable? Or did he fear for his life as he executed this man? Colin Kaepernick is half black, half white, by the way. Chris Paul, hashtag pray for peace, hashtag Alton Sterling. Chad Ochocinco or Chad Johnson. How do you fight something that's designed so you can't win? Jeremy Lin. For real though, W2H. The hashtag Alton Sterling video makes me sick. It's getting out of control. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Hashtag This World Needs Prayer. Jeremy Lin is Asian. Jamal Crawford. Here's another one that I just want to read here real quickly. Innocent lives, man. No restart button on life. People are taking lives like they're playing a video game. Capital letters has to stop. Hashtag Alton Sterling. And one more. Chris Long, defensive end of the New England Patriots. Now, if you think we need to, quote unquote, wait for the facts on the Alton Sterling execution after seeing the video, you are an accessory to evil. And that's just one of many thoughts of athletes regarding these senseless killings of African Americans. I mean, you have guns. You're licensed to carry a gun. That's not a crime. Yes, Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. But as Dwayne said, not only are these black men that we're talking about, these are human beings. They're not livestock. They're not wild game. Humans. When will it stop? When will it stop? All right, guys. We're gonna do what we can to move on and press forward and get into some things that are taking place in the world of sports. We go from a couple of bad situations to a situation that has some people thinking bad things. With Mr. Kevin Durant. He is now a member of the Golden State Warriors. He's left the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Seattle Supersonics franchises after 9 seasons. Willie, don't laugh. You just egging me on even more. I know these dudes. These other two cats that are on this radio show. They got a lot to say. First of all, I'm going to tell you we got about 4 minutes left in this segment. So we'll get your thoughts in on this side of it. And we're going to get into some more free agency stuff on the other side of the break. Let's get the semi-condensed version of Kevin Durant going to the Warriors. We're going to start with Dwayne Sutton, and hit your record buttons. This should be funny.
This has to be the softest move I have ever seen from a superstar in the NBA. I cannot believe he did this. You could have gone anywhere else and I would have been okay. I would have rather you stay in OKC because honestly, I like to root for the small market teams. You actually made it cool. I respected you for that. Because honestly, you in OKC, and yet Kevin Durant is a household name. Everybody knows Kevin Durant. People who don't watch basketball know who Kevin Durant is. They're wearing your shoes, for goodness sake. I don't know who KD is, but these Nike sure look good. You're everywhere, so it really didn't matter where you went. But to go somewhere where they don't even need you? Like, let's be real. Even without Kevin Durant, Golden State can make it back to the NBA Finals next year. They can do it. Steph is the reigning MVP. Clay actually carried Steph in the playoff, really in the finals. And Draymond actually was in the running for MVP. You have 3 legitimate stars on that team. What in the world do they need with you, KD? And you, and this is why I say this, you with Jordan-like skills, the ability to score, you're going to be a nightmare for any defender. But you got a Pippen mentality. You need to be led instead of being a leader. Passing the baton, sir.
All right, Willie, get what you can get in these last 100 seconds.
You know what's funny about this is that this team has the last 2 MVPs and 5 of the last 7 scoring champions. If you can't beat them, join them. And that's pretty much all I have on that.
Are you serious? That's all you got?
That's all I got on it. That's all I have on it for the sake of time. Let me put it that way.
No. That's what I'm saying. I mean, go on a little bit further. I'll give you the cutoff signal. We gotta step out and let the broadcast, let the station, handle the broadcast business and all that.
Let it come out.
In my opinion, it is a weak move. You're showing that you're gonna have to hitch your wagon to another train in order to get you to the destination that you desire. It sickens me because I'm a traditionalist. I heard Michael Jordan say in an interview today, on Thursday, that he would never have linked up with Magic or Larry to win a championship because he always wanted to beat those guys. And it's synonymous with what's going on in the world today in regards to athletic competition. If you can't beat them, join them. I would rather beat you than join you.
15.
And that's gone.
All right. Let's count it down. We got about 6 seconds left in the segment. Let's come back, talk some more NBA free agency here on the In the Zone Sports Show right after this on the Big Game Christian Sports Network.
What if I told you you could reverse diabetes and stop taking your diabetes medication? If you or someone you care about has diabetes or pre-diabetes, there's a special free report you need to watch. You may have heard about this. It's all over the internet. 11diabetes.com. People who have followed this plan at 11diabetes.com reportedly have not only normalized their blood sugar, but have stopped taking their diabetes meds completely with their doctor's approval. 11diabetes.com is a natural, drug-free approach to reversing diabetes with remarkable results in as little as 4 weeks. 11diabetes.com will save you from being a slave to doctor-prescribed drugs. It's easy. 11diabetes.com gives you 3 specific actions to get your blood sugar under control. And the best part is, the main ingredient and solution is a common spice found in most kitchens. Watch the free video for yourself at 11diabetes.com. Watch for free at 11diabetes.com. Get back the quality of your life and free yourself from diabetes medications. Go to 11diabetes.com.
All right, sports fans, we welcome you back to the In the Zone Sports Show here on the official broadcast station of the Dallas Charge Pro Fast Pitch Softball on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. This segment of the In the Zone Sports Show is being brought to you by PureFlix. Enjoy faith and family movies, TV shows, and educational programs anytime, anywhere for only $7.99 per month. Sign up for your 30-day free trial by going to bgcsports.net or on the BGC Sports app and click on the PureFlix banner and start your free trial today. All right, it's Donnie, it's Willie, it's Dwayne. We're back. Third segment. Let's continue to talk a little free agency here. Dwayne and Willie have already weighed in on the Kevin Durant move from Oklahoma City to Golden State. They are in the majority on this show by basically calling Mr. Durant soft and what else did you guys say? Weak. Hashtag
if you can't beat them, join them.
Okay. To quote the great Cleo McDowell from Coming to America.
What?
This is America, Jack. This is America, man. He is a free agent. He is free to sign wherever he wants. If he wanted to go sign with Maccabi Tel Aviv, if he wanted to go sign with Portugal and play with Cristiano Ronaldo, he could have gone and signed with the Australian cricket team. He is a free freaking agent. He can go wherever he want to go. I think part of y'all's reason for being mad is because you're Laker fans and you don't want to see that in the Pacific Division.
Whoa,
you don't want to see
time out.
you don't want to see Kevin Durant doing your team in 4 times a year.
Look, Skip Bayless, you're not going to get me riled up over here.
Ass a 9, ass a 10, ass a 11, ass a 12.
Look, Michael Jordan was free to go play baseball. We all agreed that was the stupidest thing he's done sports-wise.
Okay,
he was free to do it.
That
was dumb, though.
I give you that one.
Okay?
I give you that.
Just
that
because you have the freedom to do it don't mean that you should.
Okay, so are we forgetting that in 2010, the Boston Celtics put LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers out of the playoffs for, I believe, the second time in 3 years?
I'm waiting on this.
So what LeBron went and did was he super teamed up with Bosh. Let's go get Bosh from north of the border. Dwayne, you stay down here and you take a pay cut. We'll get into Dwayne Wade here in just a moment. Let's super team up. I need y'all. I need to beat these Boston Celtics. So I'm taking my talents to South Beach. What's the difference?
The difference is he went to a team that did not just beat him.
That's it. Because the Warriors beat the Thunder.
What do you mean is that it? That's the huge difference in this.
That's it. Because the Warriors
if you was my attorney, I'm firing you. Here we go. Listen. I didn't agree. I didn't agree with LeBron when him and Wade and Bosh hooked up then because they were all in their primes. 26, 26, and 28. That's James, Bosh 26, Wade 28. In their primes. Had no business joining up. Now, big threes, big fours, they have happened. Barkley, Drexler, Olajuwon, 33, 33, 34. Pierce, Garnett, Allen, 30, 31, 32. Malone, Peyton, Bryant, and O'Neal, 40, 35, 25, 31. The two, Malone and Peyton, 35 and up.
So you have lottery numbers, man.
You have Durant at 27, Curry at 28,
Clay and Draymond are 26 in their prime. This is the same garbage that the Big Three made up in Miami. That's not the same Big Three that was in Boston, 30 and up club, past their prime.
I thought you were going to say Mikhail, Parrish, and Bird.
I thought he was going to say, man, I'm not. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
I'm just saying, those teams were put together, whether it was via trade, via trade or free agency. Those were super teams that would put together, but everybody wants to try to compare and say, it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. This is the same garbage that happened in Miami. I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now.
Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. Thank you for confirming that for me. I appreciate it. That's what I needed to hear from you right there.
But this is only the beginning, fellas. That's when it started. This is the middle. We're in the middle of it now. That Big Three was formed 6 seasons ago. And they're still talking about doing different things now because all of these guys are doing what? They're signing a 1+1. And the salary cap was going to go up. Now it's going to go back down. But I even heard another rumor that it may go back up to about $110 million for 2017-18.
Well, just wait. Wake me when the first $200 million players paid. That just wake me up.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Let me equate this for you to this. This move is kind of like, okay, I respect Pat Ewing because he went to war with his boys against Jordan. Might not have won, but he stuck around with his boys and said, "This is my squad. We running this show right here." That was your team, wasn't it, Donnie? You was with them Knicks at that time, huh?
John Starks.
I was.
Okay. Now we all witnessed Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan go to battle, right?
Right.
What if Reggie and Pat would have linked up and said, "Man, we can't beat Jordan. Let's go ahead and hook this up."
But the NBA, that wasn't the temperature of the NBA though.
I'm just saying. I'm not even talking about who allowed what. I'm just saying the mentality of the players has changed. They punks now. They soft. They soft. What happened to your actual competitive nature?
Punks want to
be the best. You want to be the best. You got to beat the best.
Woo!
Ric Flair. Okay. Donnie. Grab the reins now.
Yeah, because we about to fall off the wagon. Look, man, and I'd love it if we had like 10 more minutes of this. But we do want to just get a quick thought in, if you can, on Dwayne Wade. He's now with the Bulls from Miami. So that earlier triumvirate that we talked about between Bosh, Wade, and James, it's now Bosh down there. We're not even sure if Bosh is going to be able to continue his career. Dwayne, quick thought on Dwayne Wade going to the Bulls.
This is the repeat of Mamba out. We just finna see the farewell tour of Dwayne Wade over the next couple years.
And he'll get to do it at home. He'll get to do it in his hometown area of Chicago. Willie, quick thoughts on Dwayne Wade.
Get your money, man. Because you ain't going to get no more titles.
And I will say this about their Bulls team. They've got Rondo now. You've got Denzel Valentine, who you drafted. They've got Dougie McDermott or McBuckets. They've got Nikola Hypnotic. I'm sorry, Mirotic. Sorry. And now they've got Dwayne Wade. Taj Gibson is still around. Maybe a top 4 seed in the East. But Cleveland's winning that division. Cleveland's winning the Eastern Conference. And mark my words, one of these guys that have been drafted in the top 3, maybe 5, one of these guys will be traded by August. I don't know who and I don't know where. But I have a strong feeling in my gut that Russell Westbrook will not start the season with Oklahoma City Thunder. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. And if it's LA, then OKC is going to want Brandon Ingram.
Dwayne, hit him with it.
Oh, Lord.
All right. In a word, or in a name, I guess, best free agent signing, and we're going to take out Durant and Wade, the 2 stars that we just talked about. Best free agent signing. Give us a name only. Willie Epting Jr.
Horford.
To Boston. Mega deal. Dwayne, best free agent signing.
Joakim Noah.
You like that? Sorry, Kirk.
I liked it.
Sorry, Kirk.
He's only 2 years removed from his best season.
That was perfect.
I'm sorry, Kirk.
That's how you use that.
Man, I don't want to be getting hit with trademark copyright infringements and whatnot. I ain't got no money. I mean, I'm going to reach in my pocket and give you some lint. That's the best you're going to get out of me.
$5.
Right. All right, so Dwayne's got Noah. Willie's got Horford. I'm going to say Jamal Crawford, returning back to the Clippers. Jamal Crawford is like a Swiss Army knife. If Chris Paul is hurt, he can start at point. He can come in and play some point with Chris Paul, kind of get Paul off the ball just a little bit, but still get his shot up. It didn't look like Jamal Crawford would come back to the Clippers, but they did make it happen. All right, let's move over to the worst free agent signing. Dwayne Sutton, we'll start with you.
Oh, Lord. Timothy Mozgov.
Oh, boy. Homer.
Really?
Thank
Homer.
you.
It was a coin toss, but I'm going with him. I'm just embarrassed for that.
Lakers get Mozgov from the Cavs for 4 years and $64 million. Willie Epstein Jr., worst free agent signing.
From Los Angeles, Lakerland, to the East Coast, Charlotte, North Carolina, Roy Hibbert. How does this guy keep getting a job?
Because he's 7'2", man.
I mean, I'm going to start a segment, man, on this show called the Are You Kidding Me segment. Are you kidding me?
Because he's 7'2".
He can't play.
All right. Let me go ahead and get mine in here real quick. And I said it was the one I was most looking forward to seeing in last week's episode. Dwight Howard. Dude.
Oh, Lord.
You ain't worth $20 million a year. You just ain't. Yeah, grammatically speaking, wrong. You ain't worth $20 million. Moving on from NBA free agency. We'll get into a little bit more of that next week as we'll kind of go through some of the teams who won and lost. We're just under 3 minutes to go here. What we're going to do is pause and get in the greatest fan interview with Kenji Knox. So let's toss it over to Kenji for this week's interview. Who do you got this week, Kenji?
What's up, the greatest fan? I am Kenji Knox. How you doing, Cupid?
Blessed and highly favored. Having a good time here at Essence this year.
You threw down! Everybody loved you at Essence Festival.
Yeah, it's good to have songs that, make the grown folks want to challenge the kids.
Her music is across the country, at weddings, at get-togethers and parties, all ages dancing. That's a talent and a blessing.
It is. It is to be able to function without the machine at some point by having music that goes directly to the people.
Essence loves you. I love you. The fans love you. And I'm so proud of your continuous success. What can we expect?
I got a brand new single called Wham Dance featuring Mystical.
Love Mystical.
Do the Wham Dance. Everybody swing that on. That's all you got to do.
Hey! But I got Cupid here. Kenji Knox with the Greatest Fan, brought to you by Harris, New Orleans. To the Wham Dance.
All right, Miss Knox, we thank you for that wonderful interview. Guys, we're not going to have any final thoughts this week based on a lot of what we talked about earlier. Just want to again give our thoughts and condolences to the family of Alton Sterling. Also, Mr. Castille, Philando Castille, up in Minnesota. Both guys tragically murdered by police officers this week. Let's round out the show by talking about the NFL Top 100. Number one player, as voted on by the peers this week, Cameron Jarrell Newton. Dwayne,
Hold up. You were supposed to say the Willie Epstein Jr. correctly predicted Cam Newton at the number one spot.
Well, I was going to say that, but, since you wanted to cut in all on my soliloquy, this is my chance to talk to the people. And you robbed that from me. So, Dwayne, you picked Luke Kuechly. He came in at number seven. I went with J.J. Watt, who came in at number 3. Tom Brady was number 2. And as correctly predicted by Willie Epstein Jr., number 1, Cameron Jarrell Newton, quarterback of the hashtag Keep Pounding Carolina Panthers. We're going to give Willie the final word on the show here for the week. with Cam Newton. I mean, you got it right. So the floor is yours, man.
Congratulations, man. You led the Panthers to their best season ever. MVP of the league without your best weapon. You just kept those guys afloat and you turned a dance into a sensation. The dab, I heard you say that you were not going to have the dab going on this season. So I am looking forward to what tricks you will be pulling out of the bag. But all jokes aside, he deserved it. Best season of his career. Showed a lot of growth. And I'm looking forward to seeing big things from Cameron Jarrell Newton in the future, as long as they're not playing against the Raiders.
All right. That's good stuff. We're running out of time here, guys. Thank you to the both of you for bringing the noise, bringing the funk. Thank you to our audience for listening. We thank the Big Game Christian Sports Network for providing this platform for us. We want you to stay tuned for Donald Ware from Press Box to Press Row, for Dwayne Sutton, for Willie Epting Jr. I'm Donnie Epting. You've been listening to the End Zone Sports Show here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. God bless you. We love you. Take care. Please be safe. We'll talk to you again real soon. We are out.